up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm your girl, Lady T. And today, we are talking Hollywood Divas, y'all. So let's get into it. Now, to be honest, this episode didn't really give me a lot. You can tell it was a filler episode, but it was a decent filler episode. So I still want to talk about it. I still want to, get into it. So, anyway, the episode starts off with Lisa. She is getting her siblings together because she wants to talk to them about her mother. Her mother is sick, and she really needs her siblings to step their game up. She's been doing a lot. It's a lot taking care of her mother, and she just needs them to be more supportive and be there. And I definitely understand that because, like I told you guys, my dad lost his leg over 11 years ago, and I know how it is to have all that responsibility and needing your siblings and your family members to kind of come and support and help out. Everybody needs to pitch in. So it was really good to see Lisa talk about her mother and seeing her with her siblings and how they're talking about their situations and how they're handling it, because you can tell that they're definitely close. But, like any other family, they had their ups and downs, and you can tell by the way they were talking to each other. One was like, well, I don't even live in California. And then the other one, her brother, was like, well, I do what I can. I'm like, you know what? Normal family drama. And that's cool because, like I said, you kind of want to step back from all that over-the-topness, that, when people just be doing too much. So it was just cool just to see them just having normal shit going on. And like I said, I can definitely relate to her story and one of her siblings to step their game up. Then we got Forrest and Paula. OMG, y'all. I'm sorry. Every time I think about them, I just automatically get exhausted. So, as y'all remember, last episode, Forrest, Paula, and Paula's mother went to go see the pastor. And the pastor told Paula that she needs to take 24 hours. Just step away from her life for 24 hours and go back to the darkest place in her life. So as she's prepared to do that, she's talking to Forrest, and Forrest is just not happy about her getting up and leaving. And I'm just like, see, this is you and Paula's problem. Forrest is insecure, and Paula is controlling. This is why they can't never get shit done. This is why they really got a fucked up relationship. It's really dysfunctional. And they enable each other. Her with having to control him, and because he's insecure, he allows her to control him. And, she feeds into his insecurities. It's just a big old mess. So, anyway, basically, despite, his Forrest reservations, she gets up and she gets ready to go. And she goes to the motel that they were staying at before TV1 came knocking on their door and gave them their advance so they could go into that Section 8 house, So, she goes back there, and I'm just like, wow. I get it, because that's one of my greatest fears, to be evicted. I mean, I do a lot to ensure that I have a roof over my head. Like I told you, I got 3 jobs. I'm in school, all that, because that is one of my things, that I never want to be in a position where I can't keep a roof over my head. But surely, Paula, all the stuff that you're talking about with molestation and being blackballed in the industry, surely you stand at that Motel 6 where they keep the light on for you. See, the light was still on for you. They was waiting on your ass to come back. That could not have been your darkest moment. It could have been one of your darkest moments. I'm pretty sure it's up there. But, come on now. I don't know. I'm just like, Really? That's your darkest moment? I don't think so. But anyway, then we move on to Golden. But the only reason why I'm mentioning this is because I respect anybody that is trying to, start their own business. So we see that Golden is working on her pillow line. She's getting ready for her photo shoot and things of that nature. She basically gets into it with one of the designers because they're having some creative differences. And she's like, look, there are no changes unless I say there's some changes. And because this is my shit. And whatever, like I said, I don't want to talk about that no more. I was just giving her props because she started her own business. Really, what to talk about? So, let's get to Lisa and Countess. Lisa invited Countess to go to this food tasting because she has decided that she is going to throw her mother a brunch. So, when they get there, they're testing out the food. As they're testing out the food, they're talking about all the drama that happened at Lisa's housewarming party. And, since they're talking about that, Lisa, lets Countess know that she's doing this brunch in honor of her mother and that she does want to invite Paula, but she knows by inviting Paula that Forrest is going to be there and don't nobody got time for that. I mean, just really, who wants to be bothered with Forrest? Don't nobody want to be bothered with Forrest but Paula. So, as they're talking about that, they start also talking about Elise. She's been MIA because she's been working on this play. And basically, Countess is ready to see Elise because she's been hearing that basically she's been talking about how she looked the same since she got her lipo. And she could, she like, basically, you insult me behind my back. So, yeah, I want to talk to you. So, after that, we got Lisa. She done went to the Motel 6 to go visit Paula. And, they get to talking, and Paula lets Lisa know that she was a victim of molestation, and that's why she has problems with men. And she felt victimized by Rashawn. And she was like, wait a minute. Lisa was like, hold on. Look, chick, I'm sorry for what you went through, but you ain't about to put your mental issues on Rashad. First of all, your husband started this whole shit, but we all tried to be together and talk about that shit. I said I wasn't going to talk about that no more. And I mean it. Not talking about the White Sisters. But anyway, she was like, we went to go talk about the White Sisters. He came up there already 20 on 10 and already defensive. So he started this shit. And yeah, Rashawn, he was wrong, but don't put all this on Rashawn. Your husband had his part in it too. And so, Paula gets mad because she feels as though Lisa is taking up for Rashad. But it's not about her taking up for Rashad, in my opinion. I just believe that she's called a spade a spade. She's like, yeah, I get that you've been through a lot, but you can't put your issues on Rashad, especially when your husband started this. Rashad wouldn't have been able to turn up if your husband would have came up there all defensive and talking shit. And that's the thing. It's kind of like, well, don't start done, won't be done type of situation. Okay. So then we got Paula coming back home after, spending the night at the motel. And here go insecure ass Forrest, like, accusing her, talking about she wasn't where she was at. She was probably in some club. She wasn't just at the motel, just reflecting. She was getting, she was turning up and all this other stuff. I'm like, boy, bye. Like, what is your problem? See, that's the problem. You need a job because you focusing too much on what Paula is doing because you got too much damn time on your hands. Paula, get this man a job. If you don't want this man to find his own job, you need to find his motherfucking job because he'll got shit else to do. He obviously ain't a good stay-at-home daddy because the house is always fucked up. So let this nigga find himself a job because you know what they say? idle hands is the devil's playground. So he needs some type of something, a job. Maybe he needs to get him a mentor, to get him a backbone and some encouragement. I don't know, but he needs to do something because he got too much time on his hands to be worried about what you're doing, and you had already told him what you were doing. So anyway, she tells him about the conversation that she had with Lisa and how they were invited to a brunch in honor of Lisa's mother. And she thinks that this is the perfect time for Forrest to apologize for the whole situation with the girls and with Rashad. And he's like, hell no, I'm not going to, apologize. And as far as Rashad, he's a fucking coward. And I'm like, nigga, you the fucking coward. Like, come on, stop just putting everything off on Rashad. You had a part of this too. And then calling him a coward, y'all both was fucking wrong. But you don't want to own up to your shit. So he talking about, he not going to apologize. And, now she feeling some type of way because she like, no, own up to your shit. And so now she a little bit upset about it that he don't want to apologize. So then we get to Lisa's mother's brunch. And, everybody's there. And, everybody except for Lisa. I guess she's still out of town. I don't know. And, excuse me. Sinus is about to start acting up. So anyway, I believe it's Lisa's sister. She's up there making a speech, honoring their mother. And here comes dumbass Forrest. He comes in there, and instead of him sitting down because he sees that someone is talking, he stands all up, trying to greet everybody, just really ruining the vibe. And then he wants to stand up and make this whole speech about how he's sorry. And yeah, I see some people in the audience. I see, Countess. I see Lisa. And I'm like, this is neither the time or the place. If you really want to apologize, you could have just pulled them to the side. You didn't have to make a big ass out of yourself in front of everybody. Like, miss me with that. This reminds me so much. I don't know if y'all remember the Braxtons when Gabe sat up in front of everybody and called himself apologizing for all the wrongdoing that he did to Trina and ran down all the shit that he did in front of everybody. It was so embarrassing. I felt like I was watching that scene all over again. It was like, Forrest, you are completely out of order. But anyway, y'all, Paula's completely taken by surprise. She's like, shoot, I didn't even know he was coming. And I definitely didn't think that he would just come up in here and just make a complete ass out of himself. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, y'all. Peace and love.